This video here is to help inform you or address some of the questions that we get on our tech line and on our emails regarding the 200 clutch. And it's all about the rollers. So let's start off here by determining what the difference is between the rollers. The tan one is an OEM roller, comes from the factory. The gray one is an aftermarket. Both of them are ISR legal. Both are the same diameter, both are the same weight. The material that they're made of is exactly the same also. The only difference is the color. So one doesn't wear or one doesn't work better than the other. We've did tons and tons of dyno runs and we've been able to prove this. Now the biggest question we get on our tech tips or our tech questions is why their rollers are wearing out. So first what I'm going to do is show you why the rollers are wearing out, getting flat spots or notches, and then we'll discuss how we can determine if this roller is still good to use. So this is my cutaway clutch, and hopefully you can see this. I'm going to take and kind of compress it here so you can see, but right in this area I want you to watch on the video, and I'll do the best I can. I want you to watch the roller when I squeeze the clutch. So as the clutch comes in, the roller goes down, and when it comes back, you see how it moves. Okay, typically under a normal situation, that roller is sliding instead of rolling, but when it gets all the way out to the very tip, which I can't quite compress it enough, the roller starts to ride on the cover. This became way more predominant when the 2020 clutch cover come about. And the reason for it is it's got the small little tangs here on each one. So what's actually happening on your roller when it slides out under use, and let me see if I can hold this to where it works. Let's do it this way. The roller comes out and it slides out to the very edge of the cover. Now when you're wide open going on a track, that's what happens. So after a serious amount of use, you start to get a spot where it wears into the cover, or into the roller, excuse me. Now on some of them, it doesn't get there long enough, so it doesn't create a serious notch. But that is what's causing the notches to become in your roller. Now, this is the big question people get. They're all stressed out. They'll give me a call on a Friday afternoon. I just took my clutch apart and I need to race this weekend, and I'm not going to go as fast because of the roller. Well, what we did is we took a series of rollers that we found that were worn bad and some of them that had notches in them. And this is how we determine in-house. What I did is I lay it on a flat table, and I'm going to try to roll this and hopefully it stops. This one here, it just continues to roll. This one here has a notch in it, and what we usually do is you'll see how it stops rolling. If you've got a roller that's this bad, it typically can cause a performance enhancement problem. If you have a roller that is like this one, you can keep using this roller for quite some time, because remember, this roller slides. The trick to this, if you needed to get by, is actually take the roller, pull your cover off, and rotate the roller a few times and put it back in. What that does is that centers that roller in a different spot. It will get you by for the weekend, but it's not something I'd continue to run. So let's top things off. One, and recap here, the OEM is tan, the aftermarket is gray, they're the same material, and they're the same weight. No performance difference. The reason the rollers get notches in them is because of the way that they contact the cover. The way you can determine if one's good or not is by rolling it across the table like we did previously. You can still use this roller for quite some time. This roller here, I would definitely replace. Now this is something a lot of guys, if they get a lot of ride time, they might do this once every other time they race, and the other guy might not do it for the whole season. So hopefully that answered your questions. And again, if you have any other questions, feel free to get a hold of our tech line or an email. I always return my calls and emails. Sometimes it just takes me a little longer. Thank you and have a good one.